545-9282. Toll free at 888-545-9282. Watch Jersey Central live online at WCTCAM.com or listen on your smartphone with the iHeartRadio or TuneIn apps. Connect with WCTC on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube by searching 1450 WCTC. And now back to Jersey's Morning Show, Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
It's 8:37. It's Tell a Friend Tuesday and Halloween on Jersey Central. On the new talk radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Our Need to Know Things are coming up and is featured as part of that today. Redbox.com has given me the list of their 13 scariest classic films for Halloween and also the 13 Halloween favorites for the whole family. We'll share both lists coming up with you in just a little bit. Let's get to the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. I want to welcome in my next guest who is going to be competing in the New York Marathon. She is from Jersey. She lives in Shrewsbury. And what an incredible story she has when she competed at the Boston Marathon a year ago. And Tracey McGee is with us here on WCTC. Tracey, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
I'm good, Bert. How are you?
I'm good. Great to speak with you. Thank you for taking some time away from your training regimen. You and I keep a very similar schedule. You're up at 4 o'clock every day to get ready for this?
I am. I work out every morning before I head into the city to work. So,
Wow.
Yeah, early riser over here.
So awesome. Good for you. And good luck with everything on Sunday. But when I read your story about the Boston Marathon, you competed in 2016. You want to take us through what happened on that day for you?
Sure, yeah. A few weeks leading up to Boston last year, I was starting to feel what I thought was some muscular issues going on in my hip and groin area, and figured, you know what, still going to go. 40,000 other runners out here. Not everyone feels great. So got to the start line in Hopkinton, and first few miles didn't feel so great, and it really got progressively worse from there. But, you know, it's the Boston Marathon, and you don't really get off the course in Boston. So I made it maybe halfway through and started to realize I had a significant problem, and then kind of hobbled my way through to mile 20, at which point I was in excruciating pain, thinking this is definitely not muscular. And lo and behold, I kind of just managed somehow to get through those last 6 miles, only to collapse at the finish line with what was a femoral neck stress fracture in my hip, which ultimately needed surgery. So essentially I ran 26.2 miles with a fractured hip.
That is unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
And talk about just perseverance and just refusing to give up and give in to the pain. But incredible. You'd mentioned the type of fracture that you had there. You'd mentioned the femur is the thigh bone. It's supposed to be one of the strongest bones in the body. That was part of the stress fracture?
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
Repetitive force on that, over time, and something such as marathon training, can lead to these little stress fractures, and then those little stress fractures become bigger, and next thing you know, you're going to have a surgeon go in like I did and fix it.
That's unbelievable. What was the recovery like following that?
It was long. It was frustrating. It wasn't a linear line straight forward. It was a lot of few steps forward, few steps back. I would say I was probably off my running feet for a good 3.5 months. I have 3 kids. I'm a mom of 3 little boys. I commute to New York every day. So it was definitely a struggle being on crutches for a very long time.
I'm sure it was. What did your doctor say to you? He probably said, you're crazy, right? You've gone off the deep end now. What was their reaction?
Yeah, well, their reaction was, you're the reason why none of us orthopedic surgeons run marathons. And he really was straightforward with me in saying, I'm not sure you're going to return to distance running in terms of the marathon distance. You might be lucky to come back to some half marathons, but, this is a pretty significant, serious injury. And, he was very unsure of what that recovery would look like in terms of returning to marathon running.
Wow.
So, that was really upsetting to me, but I kind of closed my ears a little bit.
Sure. Now, a lot of people that get into the marathon running and doing all that, they sort of start as kids and they work their way into adulthood and just sort of stay with it. But for you were kind of, I guess, a late bloomer when it came to doing these long-distance runs, right?
Oh, completely. It was never in my DNA to run. I was never a cross-country runner in high school or college. It really wasn't till after the birth of my twins, who came into this world 3 months premature and were in the NICU for 3 months. And it was one of these, once they were kind of back on their feet and, health-wise, they were in a good spot, I finally said, okay, I need to do something for myself. And it literally started with me walking out the door one day with, at that point, I had an older son, so 3 babies at home, and said, I need to try this running thing. And it turned into marathoning. So it's a wonderful, wonderful experience for me.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Did you run Chicago this month?
I did. It was my training run for the big stage on Sunday.
All systems go after Chicago, yeah?
All systems go is my
Wow.
kind of take it easy. It was my last what I consider long run before the big stage with family and friends around in a city I've called home for the past 15 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, I did it.
Good for you. Leading up to something like this, I know a tremendous amount of training, and what you recovered from obviously was its own sort of unique thing. Dietary needs. I always hear like, oh, yeah, eat a lot of pasta when you're leading up to a big run like this. Don't the carbs slow you down and make it difficult to run?
No, actually. It is a significant difference when you start to carb load. Like this week, I actually am having my pasta, drinking my Michelob Ultra, it is
all right.
definitely, beer, pasta in moderation, let me put it that way.
All right.
But it doesn't. It actually, it adds, it's a great advantage when your body is absorbing those carbs. Probably a good, 3 to 4 days before race day.
Okay, so if people ask me if I'm gaining weight, I'm going to say, no, I'm carbing up. That's
Carbing up, carb loading.
Carb loading, that's the word. I'm carb loading, exactly.
You're carb loading, exactly.
Excellent. Well, good luck with everything coming up on Sunday. And you've also done some things where you do some stuff to raise money for less fortunate people with your running. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, for me, it's an amazing experience to raise money for people that aren't as fortunate as myself. I've raised to date almost $30,000 personally for organizations such as Project Purple, which is a pancreatic cancer team, Mass General for their emergency department, Hope for the Warriors, which supports families of those service men and women that are killed and injured overseas. So it is really a great way for me to give back, and I really, really enjoy it.
Good for you, and good luck with everything on Sunday. That's spectacular. Now you can reward yourself when you get back to Shrewsbury. There's a brand new place that just opens up that sells little bundt cakes. Have you been there yet?
Oh, yeah, nothing but cake.
Yes, you know the place, right?
Oh, it's delicious.
You need to reward yourself.
Oh, I will be. I definitely will be.
Excellent. Well, Tracey McGee, it was great speaking with you. Good luck with everything on Sunday. An amazing story, and just keep what you're doing, and very inspirational stuff. And it was really great to speak with you today, all right?
Thank you. You too, Bert.
All right. Thanks a lot. Good luck with everything on Sunday. All right, Tracey McGee from Shrewsbury. Broken hip with the Boston Marathon, and she's going to run in New York on Sunday. Good luck to her. Jersey Central, traffic and weather time, it's 8:45.